The day of reckoning is nearly upon us. The first clip of the Mario movie. It will be disastrous. It will be cringy. It will be...
That was pretty good, actually.
So yeah, first trailer for the Mario movie came out, and even though everyone was dreading it looks pretty good. Not so in the jokes, but the animation is great, and Bowser looks like he's just gonna steal a show. I'm glad people have mostly warmed up to the cast of the film after it just kind of ended the internet. With people seeing these casting choices may not be that bad, I wanted to come in and cast some of the other characters. Pretty simple. Now, some rules. 1. I can't cast the actor who's already played them in the games. Yes, that exists solely so I can't say Charles is Wario and Waluigi, as much as I would want it to be. 2. I know a huge controversy that everyone is a big celebrity and not a voice actor, but I don't see why they would stop that trend, so yeah. Most people here will be notable names. I will have the rule, though, that every actor has to have some voiceover experience. The characters I'm going to cover are Wario, Waluigi, Yoshi, Daisy, Rosalina, Pauline, Bowser Jr., Petey Piranha, Egad, King Boo, and since there's Donkey Kong film confirmed, Dixie, Diddy, Funky, and K-Rool. That's a goal. Let's get the most obvious one on the way now. Wario's Danny DeVito. Everyone knows he'd be great. It's kind of universally accepted that he should be cast. His voice would fit well for Wario. He has voice acting experience. Heck, even in an Illumination film. Yeah, it's Danny DeVito's Wario. If we can't get him as one funny yellow Nintendo character, we can get him as the other. I do feel like there's a good chance that Charles' cameo could be Wario, but if they recast, it has to be Danny. I have no irony at all when I say that Waluigi was the hardest one to cast. I had just so many options. While there's a lot of ways you could take Waluigi, really all you need him to be is to be funny. There's also the parent self-pity angle that Charles says he has for him, but what you really need is to be funny. I remember when Charlie Day was cast, a lot of people suggested an alt for Luigi could be Paul Rudd. Why not make him evil Luigi? He's funny, and the voice would work. The cast I saw before was Gilbert Gottfried, which I could definitely imagine, though sadly he's no longer with us. Hey, if Jim Carrey could win everyone over as Eggman, why not make him the funny purple dude? I think a lot of people compare movie Robotnik and Waluigi, so this will just go full circle. The one problem I have with this is that Carrey is seemingly retiring. Sonic 2 even seemingly killed him off, so I don't see him doing this. Hear me out, Steve Buscemi. Is it because I connect him the most with Linky Purple Villain? Almost certainly. But also, his creepy yet fast-talking persona would fit well for Waluigi, I think. Then there's the most common fan cast I've seen for Waluigi, Willem Dafoe. And listen, I get it. Dafoe is a great actor, he has voiceover cred, and it would just be inherently funny, but I'm sorry, I just don't see it happening. His voice just doesn't work for the mainstream version of Waluigi. It would be funny at first, but after a short while, it would kind of lose its punch. That's why I'm going with Bill Hader. He made Goofy, he even played a self-conscious Linky Purple Fricker once, so yeah, he's my pick. Yoshi. Yoshi shouldn't talk. Ever. I am kept awake at night at the thought of Yoshi talking in full sentences. But it's gonna happen. He's too big of a character not to include. If not this film, definitely the sequel. But like, no, don't make him talk. And if this is a perfect world, I'd just say let Frank Welker or D. Bradley Baker continue voicing every single animal just as God intended, but they're gonna make him talk in full English like it was listed in the Seventh Circle. If I had to pick an actor, I don't know, Josh Gad has a lighthearted and caring voice. I think he did well as Olaf, so sure, go with him. Daisy is definitely one of those characters where when I think of them, I think of a fan's portrayal of them. Real Daisy is just a plank of wood, while Phantom Daisy is borderline insane, while still protective of her friends and loved ones. At least that's a portrayal I see pop up most. There's probably more. You can take Daisy in so many ways, but hey, if we're gonna make a movie, you need her to be an actual character, so let's go with the popular Phantom version. And for that, I think Awkwafina could work. She has that coyness and loudness, while still having the vibe of a nice girl. I think she'd work. Wasn't the biggest fan of Last Dragon, but I feel like she did a good job with Caesar. An elimination film would be what she needs to just go fully insane. So if you're a longtime viewer of this channel, you might know I'm a little bit kind of obsessed with Rosalina. With her meaning so much to me, you'd think it'd be really hard to pick an actress to play her, but actually, it came to me pretty quickly. Kate Blanchett. 3 roles I know her best for all have one big part of Rosalina that I know she can easily combine to get the perfect form of what's already perfect. Hela from Thor Ragnarok has an immediate air of power, Ganondorf from Lord of the Rings has a nobility and grace, and Volka from How to Train Your Dragon has the kindness and motherness that you want from the Queen of the Cosmos. Rosalina is a very important character to me, but I think Kate could bring her to life quite well. I just want to see my girl on the big screen, please just do this for me. Out of every character here, Pauline is the one I feel like has the highest chance of appearing in the first film, outside of end credits. The problem is, Pauline really has nothing to work with besides being a woman, so that narrows it down. Frick you, I'm going with Anne Hathaway. She was in Hoodwinked, that's enough for me. Bowser Jr. has one major problem. He's a kid. I hate kids. I will destroy all children one day. The big problem is Junior would 100% be a major character going on, and you can't really cast a child since they'll just grow up and won't sound like Junior anymore. That's why I'm going to say frick you, I'm breaking my own rules, and I'm going with a voice actress. I'm casting Tara Strong. Listen, she's the most iconic voice actor alongside Tom Kenny. She was vocally upset about Charles Martinet and other voice actors getting shelved in the film, and voiced several young kids in the past, even more snot-nosed, ruder ones, most of whom are male, so the gender difference isn't a problem. If you're going to cast her strongly, she's the girl to go with. That also means Chowder and Mario have a direct connection, and it makes me happy. Why the frick do I have Petey Piranha on here? What do you want me to say? He's just a big man. Not the funny Manta, though. Freaking, I don't know, The Rock. He could give Petey a nice, gravelly, intimidating voice. And it would just be inherently funny to see Dwayne The Rock Johnson voice a funny plant man. Can you smell what the plant is cooking? Considering he vomits up sludge, you probably don't want to. So yeah, it may seem like a weird pick for this, but I feel like a Luigi's Mansion film is in the cards eventually. The trailer already confirmed that Luigi's carly tendencies are coming back. We have a spin-off for DK, so a Luigi one makes sense. And even if I don't give Luigi a full film, management aspects I feel like could pop up for reasons I'll get to soon. As for Egad, I had trouble with him, but I think Christopher Lloyd could do it. Is this because he's best known for playing another wacky scientist? Almost certainly. But he's also a talented voice actor. He could definitely play into the kind of stubborn, almost absent-minded inventor before snapping into a more serious mood. Think of his roles as Hacker and Rasputin combined. King Boo is the reason I decided to talk about Luigi's Mansion. He'd be a perfect antagonist for either a full Luigi film or something for Bowser to summon in the sequel before King Boo backstabs him. Or even have him be a threat so large Bowser has to team up with him bros. He's one of the most darkest and most evil villains in Nintendo history, and I had two actors I was very split on who I should use. Mark Hamill is so close to getting this. He's basically a voice actor who just happens to play the most iconic on-screen protagonist of all time, so that'll go very far in getting people who hate the lack of voice actors interested. And he can clearly pull it off. His raspy voice would fit King Boo so well. And he's no stranger to villains, but I just barely in the end decided instead on Keith David. Like Hamill, he's someone who's a notable celebrity that's still a big voice actor, and his suave yet still occasionally dangerous and powerful delivery, as seen in his roles as Dr. Facilier, Spawn, and Goliath, really fit my idea for King Boo for this. He has to be charming while still intimidating, and I think Keith can do that greatly. What really sold me was his role as King Darius Amphibia, specifically in the episode True Colors. Without spoiling it, the episode has him shift from being goofy and jovial to dead serious and ass crazy several times with no warning, and that's what I want from King Boo. Moving on to the Donkey Kong cast, Diddy makes me run into the same problem as Bowser Jr., but I feel like he's a bit more generic personality and voice-wise, so really any young actor could voice Diddy. I went with Jacob Tremblay. For a kid, he's a great actor who has done voice stuff like Luca, and more notably the Harley Quinn show as Damien, who's an incredibly annoying reckless sidekick, which fits for Diddy. Dixie has even less to work with than Diddy. She's pretty much just Diddy's girlfriend, and that's it. That means there's actually a lot you can do with her for a full movie, which kind of makes it hard to cast her since we know nothing about the Donkey Kong movie. If I had to cast her, Mae Whitman I think could do a good job. If you don't recognize her, you definitely still know her. She's Guitar in Amity, which means yes, she can play a girlfriend. She's also in Scott Pilgrim, so she's not just a voice actor. Frick you, she might be more things, but I'm a filthy cartoon fan. But yeah, whether you want to make Diddy more snarky or more kind, Mae would be a good choice for Dix. I don't like that name, but she was called it once.
Hey, Dix!
Okay, so I was actually between two people for Donkey Kong, those being John Cena and The Rock, but obviously I made The Rock a funny plant fricker, so that means John Cena is a funky monkey by default. I think his voice is trying to work better anyways, so yeah, John Cena is Donkey Kong. Nice, epic. For the final character on this list, I desperately want to say King K. Rool should be voiced by Tim Curry. It's a perfect fit. Curry, like Keith David, is basically a voice actor who just also happens to be a big celebrity. He can do funny, he can be intimidating, he can combine the two, he's a good singer since the Mario movie is apparently a musical, and why not carry that into the spin-off as well, and he's played a pirate before, so like it all just comes together. The one problem though is that Curry unfortunately suffered a stroke back in 2012. While he's still alive, obviously, and it's makes the occasional live appearance, it very clearly affected his ability to act, even voice act, as he was unable to record for several roles, including the Sorcerer from Randy Cunningham, Joshua Chadwick from Ben 10, and more recently, Palpatine from Clone Wars. I can't in good consciousness say he should voice K. Rool because of this, but if it turns out he is healthy enough to voice act, easy yes for this. Curry as K. Rool would be awesome. Before I reveal my pick, I do want to throw this quickly in. Before the Mario cast was revealed, I always thought Michael Keaton could make a good Bowser, and while now I wouldn't change Jack back for anything, I could see him as a DK equivalent to Bowser. But if I had to nail down who I'd want for K. Rool, Let's go back to someone I already mentioned. One of the big reasons I didn't pick Hamill for King Boo because I think he could do a good job as K-Rool. Like Curry, he's a big name who's also a big voice actor. He can be silly, he can be scary, he was a pirate once. Heck, a pirate who is obsessed with stealing food. K-Rool versus Sticky Beard is a very thematic matchup. Yeah, I think Hamill could play him greatly. He may seem too high-pitched for what people may imagine for K-Rool, but like, you would say the same thing about the cartoon, and K-Rool is like the one universally beloved part of it, so frick you. And there we go, my fan casting for handful Mario characters. The Mario movie is actually looking pretty decent. Glad it's shaping up nicely, and most of the actors are doing their best to bring this characters to life. I should mention there's a few characters I didn't cast. I'll quickly address them. I genuinely believe the end credits will be the Koopalings, but I really don't want to cast 7 kids. Birdo has so many different ways you can take her. Cindy is basically a different character in every appearance. I really didn't know what I want from her in a film, so if you guys have any ideas of who should play her, leave it in the comments. Then there's Toadette. I hate Toadette. I don't want to cast her. Just have Keegan-Michael Key voice Toadette too, and use the exact same voice used for Toad, and have no one question it. Will I cast the various RPG characters? No. Anyways, if you don't like any of the casts that I have made, I offer you this one simple solution. Have every character voiced by Chris Pratt, baby! That's what!
Behold, the King of the Koopas!